everyone, thanks for coming back for another figure opening video today. Today, we are looking at the Espresto Rimuru Tempest figure that came out in Japan back at the beginning of November 2020. And wow, just from the box, this looks super cool. Espresto's done quite a few nice figures recently, so let's kick it off. Let's take a look at the box. So as we can see, we have our Espresto logo here up at the top right corner, and they take up the whole front of the box. My god, they look awesome. Down here we have our Espresto, or our EST kind of logo. So that is one of the two Espresto logos. And then moving down the box, as we can see, we have our Tensura kind of logo down here. And then we have the whole name here. We have the Espresto EST Tempest Effect Emotions Rimuru Tempest. Yep, so the name is there. That's kind of cool. Very long title. I'm not putting that in the title of this video. I'll try and find a way around that. But then we have our Bandai logo down here in the bottom right corner. So pretty cool. On the side, we can see our Rimuru from the front, and they look absolutely awesome. There's a kind of lot of cool kind of lightning-y stuff coming off there, so it's pretty funky. And that just looks awesome on its own with the Espresto EST logo there, and again, their logo that you'll see at the top. On the other side, over here, we have the Espresto point, and they're just saying that the effects are pretty useful, and there's a lot of volume for the effects here. So, yeah, pretty excited to open that. And then on the back, we have an opposite view of the front here. That's a cool effect. It is a little bit off. I mean, this is more zoomed in. But anyway, this looks really cool, so you can actually see what the figure looks like from behind. And what I also like is that the Espresto here looks like it's kind of going into the background a little bit there behind the hand, although it doesn't actually. Yeah, and then I get a bit more information down there of the address for Bandai Spirits. So it's pretty cool. Then down at the bottom, we have all that safety information that you are all now overly used to. And then at the... Oh, dropped it. Let's try again. Then at the top, we have the Espresto logo here with our Jaya Price logo and our Kodansha logo over there. So, let's get it open. Okay, and in with our knife. I remember seeing the announcement for this when I was in Kyoto with my friend Cody, and immediately I thought, I have to get my hands on this. So... here we have it now, and time to open it up. Oh, okay. Let's start over here. We have these QR codes, so you can again see when figures are going to come out. And this one, don't do, because that's a questionnaire. But then on the other side, it actually shows you how to put together all of these effects, which is actually really useful, because this is probably going to be kind of tough. So hopefully we don't need to use that. Maybe we can do it without, but if not, we will give it a go. But let's get it open. We have cardboard at the top. And we have the void. The void. Alright. And out with our box. Okay. Wow, it's like a model kit. Okay, there's a lot of pieces here. That looks awesome. There's a nice corner stand there and a sword. And then we have all of the effects in a separate package. So, yeah, let me get these all unpackaged. And then we'll start putting things together. So... one sec. Okay, we unpacked everything, and I've just left everything on the table so you can see what it comes with. There is Rimuru themselves, their hand, there's a stand, and there are 4 kind of lightning bolts, I'm going to say, of different colors. The reason I've done it this way this time is because I want to show you kind of like putting it together as a group, because this is going to be a little bit tough. Let's start off with the stand, as we usually do. As you can see, this is a really cool rock formation. I believe the feet of the figure will go into these 2 holes, and then the lightning will come into here. So we will find out that in a second. There's that. It's hollow inside too. I should highlight that as well. So it's kind of cool if we can kind of focus on it. And actually over here, you can see that it says the Bandai Spirits and so on, like made in China. So it's pretty cool. And there's like a lot number 2, so that's probably where it was molded. That's nice. It's nice to have a stand like this. You might see some Dragon Ball figures like this too. Then we have Rimuru themselves. And I do want to highlight, I'm saying themselves because Rimuru doesn't really have a gender. I'm trying not to misinterpret their pronouns, so we will just say they for this video. You can see that there's a few holes on the body, so this is where the lightning will go into. So we'll do that in a second. And actually, to help with that, we can probably put the figure in the stand already. Because we'll just review this as one big unit. So the 1 foot goes up at the top, 1 foot goes down there at the bottom. And there we go. Wow. It's looking cool already. Actually, it's quite stable. which is cool. So now we'll put that down there. There is also this hand, which is holding onto their sword, which again is awesome. I love this kind of string coming off. That's cool. We'll look at that a bit more later. And then we're going to put the hand in here. Now, I believe this is the right angle to put it in. Is that correct? I hope so. Okay, good. That's nicely in. Oh, we could just leave it like that, couldn't we? But no, we are going to put in some of these spikes, or some of these lightning kind of like streaks. So we'll start off with this clear one. So this super nice kind of cool clear one here. This goes, where does this go? This goes into the bottom somewhere. But where? Like so. Okay, we put that lightning bolt in off camera. As you can see, it connects there nicely into the knee. That's pretty cool. So it kind of like stands as a unit by itself, just hanging off one point. So that's cool. Next, we will find the blue one. Now, I believe this one goes into the arm up here. And it looks like that this point comes out like so. And there is a little kind of like kink kind of sticking out there. That should, I'm hoping, go in there. Nope. Let's turn this around. Maybe it's around this way. It's a little bit better. Well, doing this in front of the camera is actually really hard. Will that fit? Can't remember. You can get in there. Right, back off camera I go. Okay, we finally got all the lightning pieces on. That actually was kind of hard. This one was the hardest part to actually do because it's kind of tight onto the leg. This one was easy, and this one took a bit of faffing about, but it did click in. But it looks like they are ready for reviewing. So let's kick off by looking at their face. So as you can see, they have really, really cool kind of green yellowy eyes there. There is a blue outline around the eyes there to kind of like highlight them, which is pretty cool. Looks kind of scary, this face, actually. A little bit different from what I expect from Rimuru, but there you go. The nose does stick out a bit too, and the mouth looks cheeky as hell, so very, very cool. Ears are nicely designed there on both sides. The other one's actually hidden underneath, but you can see that too. Their hair is pretty long. It's a bluey, or light blue kind of color. It's very spiky, so again, if you are wearing gloves, be careful. And their hair comes down into one side like so, with a few kind of strands sticking off. From behind, you can see it kind of goes off in a kind of like Weller advert. So kind of wavy in the wind, which is pretty funky. They are also wearing this really nice scarf. We saw that on the previous figure before. Again, this has a nice kind of texture to it. It looks like it is actually kind of like fluffy. So it's pretty funky. And that is also the same at the front there. So they look really, really cool like that. Moving down the body, as we could see, they are wearing this really long blue coat. And there's a few folds here. The plastic seems a little bit cheap, which is kind of a shame. It's split nicely in the middle there, which is good. So you can actually see the trousers. Don't drop. Going around the back, as we could see, one arm comes down like so into this kind of nice kind of like fluffy cuff. Same over here too, so it's nice. This hand over here is gripping onto this sword, and as we can see, it's nice long and black with some gold trims to it. The sword itself is in the sheath, and that doesn't come out, so maybe that's for the best. At the end there is this kind of like nice little blue bead and kind of string there to probably hold on to. And then there is also this piece of string here too, which is to hold on to the sheath if you don't hold it directly like that. Not sure why. I mean, it looks cool. You could probably put it on your back with that. That makes sense. There you go. And then if we turn around, we can see that this hand here is in a gripping fashion. This is probably summoning some kind of lightning power. Maybe Ranga is having some help here. But anyway, that's the coat. Let's move down the figure to the trousers. As we can see underneath there, they are just a plain kind of grey. There's a few folds there, very, very tightly split. So the trousers themselves could split if you go too far. Be careful, Rimuru. Again, we have that same kind of fluffy pattern here we had up on the sleeve. And that's on both legs. And then we have these very long blue boots. Now these look kind of cool, actually. These are quite nice. There's a bit of design or a bit of nice pattern going on there. But even though they are just one color, I mean, you don't really notice it because there's so much else going on this figure, right? I mean, just look at these rocks. This is such a cool formation. I do love this. And look at these lightning kind of bolts. The plastic on these is a very, very hard plastic, probably some kind of acrylic. It's kind of clear down here at the bottom, and it goes into a more darker kind of black color, so that's cool. There's a white one over here, or kind of like light blue. There's a dark blue one up here too. I mean, this is really, really cool. So yeah, overall, it's actually not a bad figure. I pretty much like this. But hey, don't take my word for it. And wow, I've just realized that was a really, really quick review. Don't take my word for it. Let me give you all a few pretty shots of this awesome figure. So, let's take a look. Okay, and let's go put you on the shelf. Here we go. So again, we're going back into the figure room. Wow, I love these kind of walks. I mean, just look how many figures we have now. Look, you can introduce them, Rimuru. Yep, there are a lot over there. There's a fair few over there. My goodness, this pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Oh dear, I'm gonna have to get another shelf, aren't I? Anyway, you are coming down here with some of the, well, the other Rimuru figure and the Milim there at the back. And yeah, there we go. What a cool figure. This is super, super nice. It's kind of crazy to think that inside of I won't say him or her, sorry, my bad there. Inside of it is Veldora. Oh. But yeah, what a cool figure. But hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. If you liked today's video, please do give us a like and please subscribe for many, many more figure openings coming very, very soon. Okay, bye!